we're super excited to do another one of these sponsor spotlights with our Bellingham Bell sponsors. And today we have Annette and Sandy from Bellingham Whatcom County Tourism. Hi, ladies. How are you?
We're good.
Good.
Good. So if you guys want to start, just kind of introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you and what you do at Bellingham Whatcom County Tourism, and then just a little bit about the organization.
Okay, Annette, why don't you start since you've been at the organization a lot longer than I have?
Oh my, okay. I'm Annette Bagley, and I am the Director of Marketing. I handle all of the marketing projects. So everything from the visitor's guide to the website, media relations, social media, all of the marketing activities that we do.
And I am the CEO, and Annette's my boss.
Not really.
I don't know what we would do without Annette. We actually call her our secret weapon because she does so much. But I've been with the organization for 3 years. Prior to that, I was in Snohomish County for many years. And my job is really to take care of board issues, governance. We're a 501c6 nonprofit. And so we have several parts of the organization. Annette oversees the marketing aspects, but we also have visitor services and sports coordination and membership and many other programs that we do. So I'm just delighted to be in Bellingham.
Yeah, me too. Well, I know a lot of people probably know that you guys have the visitor center, which is just right around the corner from the ballpark. And many people have probably seen your kiosks, whether that's, at Woods Coffee downtown or some of the other spots that you have kiosks. But tell us about some of the other things that Bellingham Whatcom County Tourism does within our city and county, and some of the projects and initiatives that you guys have.
Annette, I'll let you take that.
Okay. Our marketing team is very active. We spend a lot of time reaching out to traditional media. We work on a lot of digital media projects. So locals would definitely be most familiar with what we're doing inside the destination, but a lot of our focus, in fact, the purpose of our organization is to reach out to visitors, which the state defines as being 50 miles or more away or on the other side of an international border. So Vancouver and Seattle are our primary drive markets. Obviously, those are the two big metropolitan areas that we are between. But we reach out across the US and even internationally to tell the story of Bellingham as a great destination to visit with your family and friends. And we have so much going on in our destination. We actually call ourselves One Destination, Many Adventures, because there's so many different things to do here. So our website, our social media is Bellingham Experience. We're active on that every single day. We're constantly updating all of the information that we put out. We have bloggers that we hire that are locals who have various beats, and they're out writing stories about all of the fun, exciting things we have going on.
Yeah, that's great. And I know it seems like we've all known this, those of us who have lived here for a long time, we have all known this for a while, but it seems like the last 5 years or so, Bellingham keeps working its way onto these different lists, right? So like best place to visit, within 100 miles of Seattle, or, brewery lists or different things. And, you guys kind of work with some of the different tourism writers and publications as well, right? Kind of helping get the word out a little bit on some of those fronts.
Right. A lot of it. We spend a lot of our time working with media. That's a huge part of what we do as well. We have a lot of contacts that we've developed over the years, and we spend a lot of time following up with those contacts and pushing out all of the great things that are happening in Bellingham all year round. We have so many diverse activities year round, and we are a great location, and it's a beautiful location. So it's not a hard sell to get Bellingham onto those lists. It's just a constant process of reminding the world that we're here and we have all of these exciting activities that are happening.
Yeah. That's great. So obviously in these kind of challenging times with COVID-19 and stay home, stay healthy, tourism is a little bit on hold as far as in-person tourism, but you guys are doing some cool things with, finding virtual ways to connect with tourists. I saw your website, which you've kind of talked about, be safe at home for now. And but here are some of the ways that you can see the things that we have and connect with us as you get ready to make your trip, when it's safe to do so. So tell me about, some of the things you guys have been working on to provide some virtual avenues for folks.
Before you talk about that, Annette, I just want to talk a little bit about the importance of tourism.
Yeah.
So tourism is actually an economic development tool that people forget about. So as Annette mentioned, most of our efforts are spent outside of Bellingham and Whatcom County. But one of the things that is important to know about tourism is that it's an economic development tool.
Mm-hmm.
And visitors to Bellingham and Whatcom County, the latest information we have is from 2018, but the visitors spend $705 million a year in Bellingham and Whatcom County. And we have 6,900 jobs that depend on travel, tourism, and hospitality in Whatcom County. So it's not just for fun, it's actually a really important economic development tool. So while we're in this situation that we find ourselves in right now, we have a lot of our industry that's really hurting. And so some of the things that Annette can tell you that we're doing to support those small businesses, restaurants, retail, hotels, involve virtual experiences or to help people dream about how they're going to come back and visit us once the coast is clear. So Annette can tell you a little bit about what we've got going on and then some very kind of good news stuff.
Yeah, that's great. Annette?
So we put together a number of virtual tours, mostly from videos that we have developed over the years. So we've got a whole page of virtual tours that are accessible. We have retooled our online events calendar, which is the most utilized area of our website on a regular basis, to feature virtual events. We're really getting the word out to all of our local venues that are creating these virtual events to put those on our calendar so it's easily accessible for people. We just put together some fun Zoom backgrounds like the one I'm using today, and we have those on our website for people anywhere in the nation or the world to download and pretend they're on vacation in Bellingham. And we've been very, very involved in the last month with helping the Whatcom Arts Project get off the ground. When this whole situation really started closing things down, it was right in the middle of our local arts season. So the arts were the first really majorly impacted organizations, and about 30 different organizations came together right away and said, let's get a presence online, let's put our content out there so that people can continue to have access to all of the great things that we're doing. So we've been very involved with that, which has been fantastic. And we've been putting that out on our website and helping to promote that through all of our social media channels. So lots of different ways. We're keeping all of our social media active. We're keeping all of our e-newsletters active. We have tens of thousands of people who are on our e-newsletter who've signed up to receive information from us. So we're constantly letting them know what's happening in Bellingham and giving them things that they can do from home as well.
That's great.
In fact,
yeah,
I'm sorry. I was going to tell you that in the last 3 weeks, we've had more requests for visitor guides.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's great news.
Than we have in the 2 months prior to that. So that's really great. It tells us that people are really thinking about us and planning to visit us in the future. And that's what we want people to do. We want them to stay safe, stay home for now. We'll be here when this is over. And so that's one of the cool things, is that people are really thinking about adding us to their list of things to do.
Yeah, that's great news. And I loved your point earlier, Sandy, about how tourism is such a big industry and booster here to our economy. And one of the things that I've talked a lot to people about is how our tourism-based businesses, recreation, the arts, it's so important to keep these businesses afloat and keep them thriving, because when tourism starts again, we've got to have things that people want to come and do and that they want to be a part of. And I know you guys have been focusing a lot of your efforts on helping your partners and helping small businesses. And I know we have as well, because it's just a good thing to do right now, and everybody could use the help. But tell me about some of the things that you guys are doing, and then maybe some ways that just the general fan sitting at home can kind of engage with some of the things you're doing and help these local businesses and organizations.
Well,
Go ahead, Sandy.
I was just going to say, right as soon as this, stay home, stay safe order came about, and the governor said restaurants are closed, non-essential businesses are closed, Annette and her team went straight to work on talking about the cleanliness processes that were going on at hotels, and then building out a page where we could feature restaurants for takeout, curbside, and delivery. So Annette, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's on our website also. That was, as Sandy said, one of the first things that we did is really reach out to all of the restaurants and find out who is able to stay open and offer all of the takeout and delivery. And we have kept up with that on a daily basis. Sandy also put that out through the Washington Hospitality Association, which put it out to their members. And we started receiving feedback from a lot of restaurants, even some that don't regularly interact with us. So we have a very robust list that we are constantly updating on our website. And I would highly recommend that the local community utilize that list and find ways to even just once a week order takeout from a different restaurant. I just was reading today that if you want to keep especially restaurants alive through this, we really have to support them. And that was in a national publication. It's very true here. We have to keep our small businesses alive. That is the fabric and the uniqueness of our destination, is all of our wonderful local businesses. So that's been really important. We've also done the same with retail and really worked on keeping a robust list of who's open, who's able to sell online. There's been a big shift, for as many people, many retail businesses as possible to go online. And then also the grocery, which is open, but has maybe different hours, special hours for seniors. So we've been keeping up with those lists as well.
Yeah, that's a great resource. It's hard to keep it all straight sometimes, especially when people are changing hours around or other things. So that's a really nice resource. And that's just on your webpage at bellingham.org, and folks can check that out there. So that's great. Well, I want to ask go ahead.
I was going to say another silver lining, and Annette can talk more about the details, but we've had some of our partners up and help during the crisis, and Bellwood Farms right away, they do apples and apple pies and gin and vodka made from apples, and they stepped up and started making hand sanitizer. And they've got kind of a growing concern out there. So you can pick up your hand sanitizer and your quiche and your apple pie and your roasted honey peanut butter while you're at it. So it's been really fun.
The best. Yeah. Yeah, that's been one thing that's been really inspiring, right? Just how businesses have gotten so creative. And I'm sure you guys have seen that with your partners. I know we've seen that with ours. Folks just finding out ways to be creative. I know a lot of people, doing fundraisers to donate meals to frontline responders, getting out, volunteering, donating blood, doing creative. I've seen all sorts of creative, like cocktail kits and Sunday brunch, and all sorts of really cool things. So it's really fun to see how folks are really having a little fun with it and trying to do the best they can. Okay. Well, I want to ask you guys a little bit about a year ago, we had the opportunity to start our partnership together, which has been really fun to work with you guys. And I pitched you guys kind of a crazy idea to see if you'd be interested in wrapping our charter bus. And we were able to work out a really fun partnership in which we did a beautiful, really cool wrap that is so Bellingham. It's, one side is water, and I think the other side is mountain biking, and it's just really, really cool. So I just wanted to kind of ask you guys, to talk a little bit about why you decided to kind of do that. Obviously, our charter bus rolls up and down the I-5 corridor, and I think it was a little unique. You guys had done billboards and other things, but I think it was the first time you'd actually like wrapped a moving bus. So just kind of wanted to see if you could tell fans. I know most of our fans have seen the bus, and most of them are pretty excited about it. So just give fans a little insight as into like how that all came together.
When the opportunity came available, we just thought, oh my gosh, what better way to like have a moving billboard driving all over the state, up into Canada, down into Oregon. And some of our partners across the state, some of our peers, as soon as they saw that bus in their towns like Yakima, Walla Walla. In fact, we got a text from Walla Walla that says, Bellingham, stop making us look bad. So anyway, Annette can tell you a little bit about how the design came about and how we worked hard to have something really beautiful on both sides of that bus.
It took about 6 months, I think, from the time that Stephanie came in and pitched the idea to us for us to have the design ready. One thing we didn't think of when we said, yes, let's do this, was it takes a really big photograph to put it on the side of the bus. So we spent a lot of time researching what we had available. Of course, this was January, and we really wanted to showcase the beauty of our area in the summertime. So we couldn't just run out and take new photos, but we spent a lot of time researching with our local photographers, and we really wanted to focus on both our beautiful mountainscapes and also our awesome access to the water. So we just continued massaging it until we had half of the bus was mountains and a mountain biker jumping out of it, and the other half a really great water scene. And of course our B statement on each side, and it just came out great. And as Sandy said, we have had comments from other parts of the state, and even the bus company has said that they know when someone's looking at the bus because they come up along it on the road driving, and then they slow down so everybody can get a good look at it. So it's been great. That bus travels year round up and down I-5 on all kinds of charter trips and moving people around the state. So we think we've got a lot of visibility.
Yeah, it certainly looks really, really good. And I get texts like all year long from people that see the bus. I was actually with our owner. We were near Marysville about a month ago, and the bus actually drove by as we were getting on the freeway. And he was like, man, that bus does look cool.
It does. It does.
Probably 100 times already. So it does. It looks really cool. It's a great representation. And it's really it's a very unique concept. I certainly don't think we thought of it. I mean, we're not like innovators or anything, but we're maybe the first ones to be crazy enough to just throw like these really beautiful pictures on a bus that are really stunning, because you don't really see that kind of art on moving vehicles too often. So especially not that large. So pretty cool stuff. Okay. Well, is there anything else that you guys think that Bells fans or people who just live here in general, or maybe people who are watching from afar, that should know about, what you guys do, or anything that you might offer?
Well, we can't wait to have things get back to some semblance of normal, so that we can all come out to the ball games and enjoy one another face to face, live and in real time. That would be great. And we do know that the Bells are really important to our community, and especially with our foreign visitors. I will tell you that when the international market comes back, and we have the UK and we have Germany and we have Australia, a lot of them want to get, yes, apple pie, but they want to go to a ball game. And so it's really great that we have the Bells as a treasured community asset. Thank you for being partners with us.
Yeah, well, likewise, thank you. We appreciate your guys' partnership. And I would say, you know, the Bells is such a hyper local thing that I often forget how many people from out of area are coming to games. And it's so fun when someone is from like a foreign country and it's their first actual baseball game or, you know, things like that. So that's always, we appreciate you guys. I know you've got some of our info at the visitor center and you guys tell people when they ask, you know, what that Americana experience is, you include us on your list. So it's always really fun thing. Well, thank you to you both. We appreciate all the work you do. Obviously, tourism is very important. Tourism will be back, and we appreciate everything you guys are doing in the meantime to help out our community. So thank you for your time today, and we'll talk to you soon.
Go Bells!
All right. Thank you.